Hey guys, it's Miranda here at Sunshine and Grace, where I make journals and ephemera for a life sown in sunshine and grown in grace. Today we are going to make dangly butterfly page tabs. Guys, just take a minute to appreciate these. Is this not beautiful? I mean, look at these little puppies. I've just got to pick this paper up and let you see them. Probably never get them to lay the way they are now, but look. Look at this. Is that not cute? Oh my goodness, can you all see it? Not really. There. Can you see that? Look. They just dangle. They're cute. And they lay right back down when you want them to. Except this one. This one's my bad boy. It's not cooperating. It's being naughty. Okay. So, now, here's what we need. These are so cute and they use scraps, okay? Other than the beads. The beads are not scraps. The beads are BeeBeeCraft beads because I'm still finishing up my videos using those. I've got one more after this to come because I am absolutely crushing on these beads. Not one has had a missing hole or any kind of issue whatsoever, which is huge. And I just can't say enough about the butterflies. Oh, I love the butterflies. I'm standing up, you guys, because I'm going to wait until I move this to sit down. But what you need is a scrap of paper about this size. It's about 1.5 by 3 inches, give or take. You need one eye pen, like that. Mine are like 1.5 inches. You can use smaller, whatever you got. One paper clip. And I forgot to add, you need one of these little puppies, possibly. You don't have to have it, but if you want to put, what are those jump rings? You might want a jump ring. I'm using one just to make the attaching it up here easier for me because for some reason I struggle with that and I get upset. So you don't have to have it, but you might want it. And you need a scrap of paper that is smaller than this scrap. It's going to go inside that paper clip so that you can have a hidden paper clip to attach it to the page tab. And it doesn't need to be anything fancy. I'm using a cutoff piece of the cheapest index cards I've ever seen in my life. They don't even have lines printed on them. It's so weird. You're going to need some thin wire to work with that preferably matches your eye pen. But if not, any color will work. Just make sure your beads will fit on it. And then that brings me to the next thing. You need beads. Mine are stuck on stickers and washi right now so that they don't roll around and go really wild and naughty. But there's your beads. I am using between 5 and 10 depending on which dangle it was. So, and they're assorted sizes and colors to match the paper that they're going on. There's one, here's the other, and you can also see the butterflies on there. The butterflies and beads are all BeeBeeCraft, as is the eye pen. And then you're going to need one butterfly embellishment of some sort. I am obviously using these little doohickeys. These little, I'm not sure what they are. Let me try to get it in the centerpiece there. They have a hole. And they, they're like a charm, a dangle, whatever. They're what I'm using. And you need wire snips and pliers. Round nose pliers like these work the best. And flat flush snips. But use what you got, peeps. You don't got to go buy something just to do this. Okay, so there we are. Get your screenshot. And we're going to get started because this is not the quickest project. It's not hard. It's just fiddly. And I'm going to lay these where I can see them so that I don't forget a step. Here's the other BeeBeeCraft beads, some of them. These were the glass, like, I don't know, sparkly ones that came on strands of like assorted ones. And then there was also these that were frosted glass. And I'm using some of both on both of the tabs we're going to make. Guys, they are so pretty. Millions, you have no idea how happy I am with them. Okay, we're going to start with the small one. One thing I did forget to mention is you could possibly want to use a corner puncher to make this little thing look nice and tidy. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your bigger scrap, fold it in half. So hard, isn't it? Get your bone folder if you want. You can also just use your nail, your scissors, whatever you got. You can use the handle of one of these and smash with that. Anything works. Okay. Then take, if you're going to use a corner rounder, and round all 4 corners. And I forgot to mention a pokey tool. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we do that. Then we take and right in the center, you can fold it to get the center. I mean, if you really want to be that technical, I'm just going to kind of pinch it. I see where it's at there. And then you come in on your fold that you just, this fold, you want to come in and just poke a hole in that. You want to make it big enough to get something through. Okay, but not so big that your eye pin goes through. So can you see that? There's our hole. Okay, let's set this one aside. Let's go ahead and grab this. Take our eye pin out and take this thing out, our jump ring, and grab our glue. We are going to try with the art glitter glue. I am almost out of art glitter glue and it is not a happy camper today. We're going to give it our best. Take your little white scrap or plain scrap, whatever you want to call it. Your real scrap, not the one that's pretty and you want to use, but this one that you don't want to use or you don't care about. And just punch the 2 top corners where you folded it so that it looks like that. Then take your paper clip and put it on there. Okay, like that. You can move that out of the way. And then you want to grab a piece of washi. Does not need to be super strong washi. You're not even going to see it. It's literally to hold the eye pin in place while you stick the rest of this on. So it doesn't need to be, I'm not using that. Nope. Nope, not going to happen. It is not. We're going to use a color that we don't normally use. This gray will work. I'm not a fan of it. Or actually, this blue would be better. I'm even less of a fan of it. Okay. So you take a little piece off and make sure it's not too wide. If it is, tear it down some. I think it needs to wear down some. Stick your washi off to the side because, yeah, that's where it goes. Take your eye pin and poke it through that hole. And then make sure it's turned so that it's like the eye part runs flat with that, not sticking up. Make sure it stays that way if you can. Hold it flat, push that down. Take this washi, put the washi on there to hold that in place. Grab this thing that you've already done. Okay, you put your glue on one side, take that side, and that's not the side you want to put down on the washi, on the eye pin. You want the bigger side to go on the eye pin. So line that kind of up where the eye pin will fit down in that. It just fits better, okay? And press. And then put your glue on the other side of this. It does not take a huge amount of glue, thankfully, since we don't even have a lot of glue at the moment. I have to order some ASAP. Then press that back onto it. And you have a little dingly spot hanging out. And you have a beautiful, beautiful page tab. Okay. Now comes the fun part. Making the beaded parts. Okay, let me grab my washi. See, washi. Scraps of washi. But they hold the beads in place so that they don't roll around on me. Because I'm telling you, those little jokers, man alive, do they drive me nuts. Let's stab that in that. Okay, where'd my wire go? Guys, okay, found it. I was going to say, I always try to have everything sewed together, and somehow I always lose one thing. Like a random, what are those things called again? Jump ring. It just goes rolling across my desk. Pretty as you please. Okay, find the end of your wire. If you can. I cannot. There it is. Why isn't it coming out? Oh, because there's something weird going on there. That's not the end of the wire. That's just a end of wire. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 pieces of this, you guys, so that I don't have to struggle with it later when I do the second one. You just want, I don't know, yay much, 5-6 inches at most. Probably don't need that much, but wire is really cheap to buy, and I always like to have more than I need to work with because I'm not real good with it. I used to make like seed bead jewelry, and I used like plastic fishing line type stuff. I was a boss with that, but this stuff, no. I just kind of struggle with it. Okay, so we're going to take our wire, make sure it's kind of smooth. Here's the worst part for me. You're going to take your round nose pliers and clamp that wire in between them and twist it. Then don't take them out, just slide them around and twist it again. And you'll start to see it coil around the wire, the pliers. Move it down and do it again. And probably do it once more for good measure. And then holding it all on here, make sure you've got that end in there. And then squish it all together. I'm not very good at that, but that's kind of how I do it, okay? I don't know if that's the technically right way to do jewelry making or not with wire. But then I usually take and pinch it. Do you see that little round piece you just made? Pinch that closed because it's going to drive you nuts if it's open, if you're like me. Then you end up with a nice little tidy thing. And you can kind of tidy it up and straighten it up. Like that. Okay, that looks pretty good, actually. For me, that looks very good. Okay, now, you've already got your beads stuck down, so just get your butterfly out of the way and decide which bead you want first. I usually start with a small bead. Like I'm using this little peachy pink peach blush thing, and I was goofily trying to pick it up without touching it. That wasn't working. Okay, put your wire down there. If you have to hold your thing down, put that on. And run it up to the thing gently. And then just start putting your beads on. I'm going to use these 2 pinks. These are the frosted glass beads. This was one of the, I think they called them cut glass beads or something, that sparkly one. The peach one. I'm going to go with one of these. Okay, and just work your beads on in whatever order you want. I usually don't even use an order. I just start putting them on. Okay. Okay, I want to use this one. I like that gold. I don't even know what made me grab the gold because it didn't really match color-wise. And now that I think about it, I want to use this bead as well. No, not that one. This one. Because I only had one of it. So, well, maybe I want it instead of the yellow. Yeah, I think that's it. Nothing like crafting on the flies there, guys. Okay. Let's see. Those are not the same color, but I think they look okay. We do a white one. And then we do a pink. And then we're going to finish with this. Okay, lay that off to the side. It has served its purpose. Now you have a nice little string of beads. Aren't they pretty, you guys? And I mean, they really match well. Okay, now pick up your butterfly. And if it does not have a hole in it, make a hole somehow. If you're using like a paper one or something, punch a tiny hole in it with a needle. Or if you're using like something that's a little bigger, you can put one of those like flat things that they have a loop on the bottom of them, if you could glue something like that on there, that'd be great and work really, really well. Now, what I find is a little problematic for me right here is making sure that I do not push those beads up into the loop like I just did. So sometimes you'll see me grab a needle nose and adjust that loop and push those beads down back into the butterfly. Okay, and then you twist it around right there at the top of the butterfly like 2 or 3 times, just enough to get it secured. And then you take and just wrap it around the beads loosely, not like super heavy or anything. And then when you get back up to the top, you take and twist it around that loop between the loop and the top bead. And that gives you a very secure thing if you can actually see your loop at the top, because you didn't let the beads move up like I did. Okay, then you just twist it around like that, pull it taut, hold those pliers in place to keep that loop from coming out until you get it 2 or 3 times around. You want to wrap it 2 or 3 times down here and 2 or 3 times up here. And that just gets it pretty secure, so it's not going to come undone. At least I think. I really wing it with this stuff, guys. I mean, honestly, I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to making jewelry-ish looking things. But I know that that turned out prettiful. Now, you want to take your jump ring, if you're using one here, and open that little puppy up. Little bad boy. Okay, there. It's open. Feed it through this and feed this on this side. And clamp them in your finger like so that you can kind of work with the jump ring. If you can even see it, I cannot see it on my lens. I can't. See? I couldn't see it. Blinder in a bat. I probably should have glasses on for something this tedious. Okay. Then you just take and make sure that you have the open pieces of the jump ring up. Take your round nose pliers and smush it. Smash it again. And then if you need to work with your thing to make it lay, but mine's laying pretty good. Oh my goodness, you guys, look. Is that not beautiful? I love it. Okay, I am so crushing on it. Oh, let's do the next one. It'll go quicker. So, this one's slightly bigger because I couldn't stand to cut that bird up any more than it already was. I had to leave it whole. So, fold your paper in half. This will be a nice wide tab. And these you can, when you put them on the page, you can use them to stuff stuff in, like, you know, to hold things, like as a tuck spot, aside from just being pretty. Then punch your corners if you want to. You can use it square. I love the punch corner. I think it adds something to it. Open it. You can ink these if you want. I am not. I am literally just making them in a mass make sort of way. Find your middle. And yeah, I'm not folding this one so you can see that it works either way. Make your hole. Poke that. Stick it to the side. Take everything off of the white piece. And take everything off your paper clip, because you managed to tie everything in a knot with that. Go figure. Straighten your paper clip back up. I like to use the smaller paper clips. I don't like a thick paper clips. I buy these at Walmart. They're like 88 cents. Can't beat that, okay? Fold your small piece in half. On this one, the reason I punched it on that one was because the paper was so narrow that the other piece was going to possibly show in the corners. It will not show, so I'm not even punching it. And then put your paper clip over it and set it aside. Grab your, you can see these are papers from my latest kit, Planted in a Pleasant Place. I had scraps from where I was test printing and playing with it, and just thought, well, I'll go ahead and use them up. Let's see, where's that washi we were using? It's this one. grab a small piece, grab a small piece. Okay, make sure your thing is flat and where you want it. Okay, smash this down like that. Okay, now take your glue on the long side of the paper clip and put it all around. And I will tell you, the first time you use these, you're going to have to finesse that paper up in there. So I usually use like a scrap index card or something to open them the first time, so to speak, because they do tend to get a little bit stuck with all the gluing that goes on. Okay, so line the long side up over top of your eye pin to help hold it in place. Put more glue on the other side, all around that paper clip to help hold it in place. I've never had a paper clip come out when I do it this way, but other ways I have glued, yeah, it wasn't good. Okay, glue it, glue it, glue it, glue it, glue it. You got your little baby bird. Ooh, it's so cute. Okay, grab your wire and smooth out the end, because that's a cruddy end. Actually, let's switch and use this end. That would make more sense. Okay. And remember, take your wire, clip it between your pliers like that, so that the end twists, twist, catch that end again, twist, twist. That should be good. I'm going to do one little more to make it smushed. You should have like 3 or 4 wraps across, and it should look pretty good. Okay. I might even go ask what that was. Came from my bathroom. So bring your beads over. And I wanted to start with this little bead that's kind of purplish and fuchsia-ish and prettyful. And why is it not? Okay, there we go. Put that one on. Now we're going to go with this bright purple, blue, put it on. Grab the pink. And I'm using 2 of the bigger beads, so I am not using as many smaller ones. Put the pink one on. Okay, and then this one. And then I may go ahead and grab one small one to go underneath that. This one that I thought looked a lot like the wings. It's a little more purple, but it put me in mind of them. And I thought it was really, really pretty. So I'm going to grab just one of these small, like, maybe not even that big. Maybe a smaller one. I think that one will do. Actually, let's grab this pink. Put it on there too. Okay. There we have that. Now we have our, that one turned out pretty, you guys. There's sticker off to the side. Grab our butterfly and poke through the hole in the butterfly. Do it like you got some sense, woman. There we go. Okay. Bring it up. And I usually pinch it, start pinching it before I get it all the way up. But then I let the beads, I try to push them and hold that while I start the twist. Because I want a little space between the top and the bottom. If I can get it. I can't always do it. But sometimes my hands just are like, no, you're not doing it that way today. Okay, I got a twist. Then you can push them up out of your way to work that if you need to. That twist is terrible. Bring it down. Do what you gotta do, peeps, to get it twisted tight the way you want it. Okay, I've got 2 or 3 twists. Now I'm gonna push the beads a little bit. If you see how that's like pushing the beads up to counteract that, what you do is you take and smush all the wires down a little. That just gives you more room. Okay, so they can move down a little. And this is where I usually go ahead and clamp it with this, because if not, I'm going to mess that loop up. And then I just take and twist the wire around. This one's not going as well. That wire's weird. Okay, pull out this. If you have some of these, you can use them to straighten the wire a little bit. If it's funny looking, wrinkly or whatever, you can just pinch it and pull, and that'll straighten it out a little bit. Okay, let's just hold it this way and do it. Okay, twist, twist, wrap it around, twist. You don't need to twist it tight, just wrap it somehow around those. And then twist it around the top up here. And that kind of makes the neck so that the beads stay where they need to. And then clip it, because that little puppy is done. Okay, grab your eye ring, pop it apart, put this thing on. You want whatever side you want to be up, like the front side of your tab to face up. You can see there that's not all the way dried, so it moved. And I'm struggling. Okay, there's that. Then bring your beaded piece over. Y'all, I don't know what it is about these, but I do love them. And work your beaded piece on. And then pick your thing up and take your round nose pliers. I like them because they're small. I can get them in there better. Between my thumb and the beads and the paper. You can also get them caught easier, but then try to pinch it to where you can grab it like this. See, when I try to twist that, I'm losing it here. Okay, clamp it, smash it, get it tight. Okay, there we go. It looks pretty. So now I have 5 beaded butterfly, or what did I call them? Dangly butterfly page tabs. Guys, they're so cute. What do you guys think of these? I think they turned out really, really cute. And they really are easy. I mean, yeah, the beading, the wire work is fiddly for me. If you're somebody that's better at it, you'll not have any problems. But even being just a tiny bit fiddly, it's worth the effort, I promise. So here at Sunshine and Grace, I love making videos showing you guys how to make beautiful journals and ephemera like this, for whether you're a beginner or you've been making journals for a good while yet. I mean, this is something that can be gussied up or left just very simple. So it fits, and you don't have to have anything fancy. You don't have to have the fancy beads. You could use a button. You could use whatever. Use what you have in your stash. You do not have to buy pretty things. But if you buy pretty things, I did do this as part of their BeeBeeCraft YouTube program, collaboration program. You'll save $5 on orders over $40 if you use code SUNSHINE5. And that is on BeeBeeCraft.com. And I will link the products in the description box, okay? I hope y'all will join me as I share tips, tricks, and hacks along the way. And usually a little bit of Jesus too. My creations are my way of working out what God works into me through His Word. And I couldn't do any of this without Him or you guys. I love y'all and thank you so much for watching and commenting on my videos. It means so much to me. If you found this video valuable, be sure to hit that like button and drop a comment below to let me know what you think of the project or how it turned out for you. And if you're on social media, look me up on Facebook or Instagram and tag me in your project pics because I love to see them. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to get notified when I put out new videos. I do know that I used to be on the schedule Monday and Friday, but since I started this new job, Monday and Friday does not necessarily work. So it's whatever hot day I managed to get a video out to you guys. So when it'll happen, but I will try to get 2 videos a week out. One may be a 60-second tutorial, but I will try to get 2 videos out a week. And as I get more used to my work schedule and figure things out, like how to make that work with our dynamic here at the house, because I do work from home, things will get on a better schedule, I promise. Before I go, I just want to take a minute to remind y'all that Jesus loves you so much, he died for you. Okay, he did. He went to the cross at Calvary and he died to pay for your sins. And yes, we are all sinners by birth. The Bible tells us that in Adam all have sinned and that the wages for that sin is death. That means everyone's going to die physically. Your body's going to die. And if you're not saved and in Christ, you're going to die spiritually too and spend an eternity in hell. Which, well, actually it starts out as hell and then it goes to the lake of fire. Even worse, if you can imagine that. So, but Jesus didn't want it to be that way. God didn't want it to be that way. He never wanted us to fall. He never wanted us to sin. He wanted us to be in fellowship with him. He wanted us to be just like that with him, just so close to him. And, he wanted to be in fellowship with us. That's why he created Adam and Eve. And they were supposed to, repopulate the earth. And it was supposed to be a beautiful thing. Except in a hot minute, they messed it up. Go figure. But God fixed it. He fixed it before the world even began. He knew what he was going to do, and he knew when he was going to do it. So before he ever said, let there be light, he already had the plan to fix what he knew we were going to do. And that was go to the cross at Calvary and die to pay for our sins. Then he was going to be buried, and he's going to raise again the 3rd day alive, victorious over death and the grave. And all he asks is that we believe that what he did was enough, that he paid our debt and that he is alive and that we are alive in him. And when we do that, we are seated in him in heavenly places. And it don't get much better than that. Okay? I mean, the joy that brings me, you guys have no idea. If you've not trusted the gospel of your salvation, then I would love to tell you about my precious Savior, tell you the greatest love story ever, and get you settled for eternity right now. So if you've got any questions about anything at all, the projects that I make, your eternal state, y'all just comment below or get a hold of me over on social media, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on all of it. It'd be my joy to answer them. Y'all have a great day and we'll chat soon. Grace and peace. Bye-bye.